go to the payroll for the session, and today's session will be a bit boring, and boring in sense it's a standard functionality. I will explain you what standard TCRs are doing. If you understand the standard functionality, then we will modify the standard things to cop up the client requirement. Okay, so before going for what exactly client required apart from what given by SAP, we have to understand what SAP had given, because this is payroll. Okay, in time management there is nothing standard. Like there is a open tools we can use, and we can customize the things as per the client requirement. But in payroll, if the country was specified in the SAP, for those countries we have to follow what SAP has given. So that's okay for everybody, right? Any questions in time evaluation, or you want me to explain again something in time evaluation, or we can continue to payroll? So we will continue with the factoring concept today, which is the very key part for calculating the salary of the employee. So how many people are having good knowledge what was exactly factoring? If somebody take initiative and explain.
Factoring usually it's a process of prorating the things. Suppose if an employee works for 15 days, he should get only 15 days pay. It would be purely based on the proration.
Yes.
Proration is nothing but the factoring. Factoring.
Yes, of course. How many days he works, that many days he should get the salary. But okay, actually that is the concept we are doing here. But how our payroll system will do? Let us say we are working with SAP from past say a couple of years. So how the factoring was happening exactly, means what exactly it will do. Before going to SAP system, what SAP will do, let us say we calculated, if you remember, many of the calculations within the Excel. Say we calculated a small thing previously, like for 30 days, if it is, I am telling about time management, for 30 days, if it is 2.5 per day, how much he should get. So what we are doing, 2.5 divided by 30, and we are getting a rate. So this rate is per day rate, and let us say employee work for say present for 15 days as per time evaluation. What we are doing, this into this we are doing, and we are getting the prorated value as Srinivas said. Right? So this is all about the factoring. But what is the factor here? Why we are calling about we are calling this as factoring instead of proration or reducing the salary or such kind of things. So we are calculating the factor first, then we are multiplying with the actual amount. Let us say this will be the amount from the wage type. Okay, this will be the present days. Right? If employee present for 30 days, he will get the total, amount what you are paying. So in factoring, what we will do is we will calculate the factor how much employee is eligible. So we should know how the factor was calculating within the factoring. That is the first concept. Evaluating the wage step is the second concept. If you got the factor, then you can calculate like what here we are doing. This into this we are doing. So we are getting the value. But in factoring, I will explain. It's a bit, the same procedure with a different process. So we have some wastage called /80 wastage, which are used by SAP by standard to calculate the factoring. So as of now, we have India-related employees. I think all these things I already copied maybe. Right. We copied the standard schema, main schema to 6100. So before working on factoring. So I'm just copying the standard factoring PCR. This is the factoring PCR INAL for India. If you are going for international, okay. So there is a factoring subschema. As I said, there is a copy function to call a subschema. See, if I am going to payroll or if I am explaining the schema related to time, there is no big difference. There will be a function, again the comment line with comment, and if you are calling a subschema, you will use copy function. If you remember, we have just discussed a schema consists of subschemas again, and the subschemas consist of PCRs. So there is no difference in time and payroll schemas apart from functions. Functions will be differed, like USTX or IATX. The functions are related to different countries. It's not related to time management things. Okay, still if you are a bit confused, I will come back from there. But there is no big difference whatever we are working on time and payroll. So that is why I am not going to explain more, but there is a copy function, a subschema, which was already inserted by SAP standard. So in this schema, whatever the logic was written, so I went inside this INAL schema, whatever the logic was written, that is the topic we are going to discuss here. That too related to factory. There are two PCRs involved to calculate the salary of the employee. So first we will take an example instead of the same employee we will take. So we will take his base salary. Say he had some 51,000 of his base salary per month. Whatever I am explaining here is per month, right? So basing on his absences, we have to calculate his salary of 50,000. Here in the month of April, we have 0.5 days of absence, and here again we have 1 day of absence, right? So we will see again, it should be 1.5, but it will be 1 day of salary, how it is calculated. So initially you will check this absence, we have 1 day of absence. If you run the payroll for this employee, we didn't modify anything as of now, but we will use this and just displaying the log. This is for me. It is running for May actually. You have to check for April. So I am running for April payroll. So as time evaluation, what we are thinking, time evaluation will run for day on day, and the payroll will run for the period. It can be weekly, it can be monthly, or it can be bi-weekly, such kind of thing. So here if you see, all the blocks was bifurcated like this, apart from time. Here the factoring concept will come over here, right, in this block. So the same PCR, the same schema, what I showed you here will be in your picture. Like the block was begin over here, factoring, then there is a gen/8. We start from here. What is gen/8? So it will generate /8 waste steps. How many waste steps it should generate is the number over here. You can change as per your requirement. So /8 waste steps will store a factor first, which we are going to multiply with your waste steps based on processing class time. So I will show you the scenario. Maybe it will be very clear to understand. So let us say, if you see, you all know what is input, what is output. After this function, you have an internal table which will store the waste steps from your basic info type. Say you have a info type, all this stuff over here. You cannot see any /8 related waste steps in the input. So the function, what it will do is, it will generate /8 waste steps. How many number? It will generate 6. Okay. So what it will do is, it will generate whatever the number you have given over here. Let us say, for example, if I am giving 7, and if I am saving this, if you can see in the output, you have only /806 waste steps generated by dynamically. If I rerun now, after changing that one in the factoring and storage, after then/8, you can see 7 here. If you see, you will get /807. You are permitted with 32 waste steps over here. And this is by default by SAP. Right? So how we are going to utilize these waste steps is the second part. First, we are generating the waste steps as per the SAP standard. And I don't want to do any manipulation to this, because we are working on the standard process, what it was happening. So then we have a PCR to determine the factor. As I said, we calculate a factor first instead of calculating, instead of reducing directly the salary. Right? So there is a PCR called INP1 here, or XPPF for international payroll. Like this, it is specified for different, but the logic will be the same. Once this was happened, I will explain you the international one, basing on hours and all this stuff. So we came here to check the rule, what was there. what it was doing. Like we will go for the single thing as of now, like within the PCR, as I said, this is the PCR grouping, and the second node, if you remember in the time evaluation, we are giving star, 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 4 stars or a tan type, but here this is the waste type. So what they are telling after that rule, because we have already this waste type as input. So if this is the waste type, they are writing some logic. I will explain you the logic, what we are doing. Pardon, any questions? Okay. So just listen the class. Maybe it will be a bit confusing, but what the rule was doing, if in the input table, if you have /801, the logic what they have written here, it will be working. So what here the logic is. So as I said, in the time evaluation we have a field called HRS. In the time evaluation we are having only HRS. If you go for payroll, we have 3 fields at a time we can store in a waste type. In a time type you can store only HRS, and in the waste type you can store 3 numbers. So we can use RTE rate is equal to, you can put some logic like HRS is equal to 2, like that what we have done. Or you can use AMT, amount is equal to so and so, or you can use NUM is equal to so and so. Okay. Chiru, you want me to explain again?
No, actually, some internet problem. It was disconnected. Actually, is it possible to explain that from log /801? So multiple times, 6 times it is creating. No, after that, what is happening? Is it possible?
Nothing was happened. Actually, if this is 7, you will get 7 wasted.
Okay.
If this is 6, you will get 6 wasted.
Okay, fine.
If it is 0, you won't get any wastage. So this generate wastage will generate /8 wastage.
Okay.
How many you want? You will specify in parameter 1.
Okay, great.
Right? Then there is a PCR called INP1 or XPPF, or basing on the country that text will change, but the logic will change. Almost.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
What it will do is it is calculating a waste step can store. If it is /801, the waste step can store rate. So we are working on rate as of now. So there is a rate is a operator followed by a operand. Then you have to know what is this TKSYL.
Okay.
Right? So we are here. So before going to the documentation, see, TKSYL is calendar days, say 30 for the month of April. Then rate minus TKAU star stands for unpaid absences, say 1. Okay, if you put something else, you will get paid absences also, but we are considering the unpaid absences. This will be a 1 lakh rupees, a constant from 511K table. If you remember, in the time evaluation we have used something like C, but in payroll it will be K from V underscore T511K. Okay, so K stands G and AU will be a constant having a 1 lakh number in that. Okay, so then KDA is also 30 as of now. See, the only difference between this and this is, this will be coming from the active days of the employee. Let us say if employee joined in the mid of the month, let us say somewhere around 20th. So how many days, calendar days he is active, it will come over here. Okay, if employee is a old employee, for the current month, both will be 30. Okay, we'll go on further. I will explain some other examples to bifurcate these two fields, especially KSYLL and KDA. Right. So now, before continuing further, I will show you all these things what was doing. So these are the Excel values I maintained in the Excel. I am going to the documentation. So operands, because operators, you know what is equal to, what is plus, minus, divide by, and all this stuff. That is where we are using. We are telling we are using. I think equal to, rate equal to something, and rate minus something again to do some calculations. So operands we will check for any of the field, num, rate, and amount. You can use all these operands. And in the very first thing what we have used there means by standard we are using T. So T will fall under which variant? Second variant. So if you are checking with a standard functionality, T falls here. So you have to go to second variant, click on this. Right. So now search for T under this. So you have T over here. It's a partial period factoring. Click on this. Then you will get what are the operations. So T followed by prefix, T followed by the operands. What T, K, S, Y, L, L, A, K, S, Y, L, L, S, S, Y, L, L, all these things will do. Okay, so we'll go for the standard functionalities before using all this stuff. We are going to use few of the things or many of the things in many cases. But as per the standard thing as of now, what we are using, so it's the planned time in calendar days. It's the planned time. The planned time for the month is 30 days. So rate is equal to T, the prefix, followed by KSYLL will be his planned time measured in calendar days. So if I go to Excel, the first one should be clear for you people. It's not like a logic written by us, it's a standard operation we have to use if you require that. Right? So the second operation, TKU star star. See, T is the prefix and KU star star is telling that unpaid absences measured in calendar days. How many calendar days employee was absent? So 1 day, what we are getting as per the record. Right? This is the second one. I am showing the documentation, you can check again. So then there is a constant. We'll come back to this before we close this. This is the 1 lakh rupees. It's from 511K table. If you go to 511K table, GNAU, a constant is stored with 1 lakh rupees. So we are multiplying this one. Star stands for multiplication. Why we are multiplying? That is the 2 decimal constraint we have in SAP. So we are multiplying here with a 1 lakh. After that we will divide with 1 lakh. Okay, that is a separate concept. So before going to that, you just understand the operation. So KDA VI next before a prefix T. there is a difference again, KDA VP and KDA VA. We will work on that. So here is the KDA VA. So total working time. See, that is the previous one is the planned time for the month. So how many hours employee should work? This is the actual time, that is the active. Let us say if I joined a company in the 10th of April, so my KDA VI will be my total working time in calendar days. It should be 20, and my planned working time is 30. So likewise we have to factor. As of now, the both values KDA VA and KSOLL are same as per the logic. So here is 30 and 30. So what they are doing here, if you go for calculation, apart from this, what we so this I will explain you later. So what here it is, rate is equal to 30, rate minus unpaid absences, you got 29, and this 29 you are going to this 29 you are going to divide with 30. So you are getting a rate here, that is the factor. Okay, so to calculate the factor, the PCR is there. Why we are calculating the factor and what we are going to do is the next logic. Right? I think you have to go to the documentation again and again. You have to check what this was given, what SAP is, why SAP is using these things. So first one they are using to calculate calendar hours minus unpaid absences, then a constant 1 lakh and all this stuff. Right? So let us say if you add this 1 lakh, means if you do the multiplication also. So what we are doing, whatever the rate we got 29 days, we are multiplying with 1 lakh. Then this I am going to divide with this. So instead of 0.9667, I am getting 9 whatever the number is. Okay, so that is what, and then we are telling ADDWT star add wage type as it is to the wage type, whatever wage type we check. Right? So what it will happen, whatever the logic calculation we have done, the final value as per this PCR will be this much. This will add to this wage type as in the place of rate, because we are calculating rate. Right? Up to here we will check in the log what it was doing. So as I said, factoring. This anyway I already showed, because we have 6 number over there. We are getting all 6. Forgot about this. We are checking about /801 now. So here if you see /801, our rule, whatever I showed you, the same lines will run over here, and the same thing should be stored in /801 as rate. Right. If you see the thing, we are getting the same value what we calculated over here in the Excel. Right? So this is called the factor actually, because we are calculating factor initially, then we are doing something else basing on processing class 10. So that is why the total concept we are calling it as factor. right? Can I continue further how it is reducing the salary quickly, and we'll come back again. I will repeat, no issues. I think because if we didn't completed one cycle, so we got a rate or here. So there is a PCR called XVAL, okay, which is also a standard PCR and common for all countries. This PCR is unique for all countries. Right, as I said, we can bifurcate through PCR groupings. If it is salaried employees, do such valuations. If it is industrial workers, do some other, valuations and all this stuff. So, as of now, the employee is salaried employee. There is an operation called VWTCL, evaluate waste type. Will be his, you can treat it as evaluate waste type basing on processing class, and the processing class you will give over here. So for any waste step, all stars stands for, if you are putting all stars for any waste step, so this will read for all waste steps, each and every waste step it will check what is the processing class 10. So let us say if it is specified 1, we are talking about only specification 1. I think before going further, you are familiar with the processing classes and all this stuff, right? Especially processing class 10. Or you want me to show? What is the table?
I don't know much about processing classes.
Yeah, processing classes, actually it will be depending on the PCR. Okay, so we have processing class, we have specifications. So I am telling about one processing class today. So there will be n number of processing classes and n number of PCR. So how to study, you should know. So here what I am telling here, if you see processing class 10, I am evaluating with the PCR, means the standard PCR. Okay, here you have n number of specifications, right? The text can be anything. So how here the text I have mentioned like reduce with factor 801. Okay, so we will go through this before going for 2 and 3. So if you come to the PCR in the processing class in any waste step, if it is 1, the amount will be reduced basing on this factor, that is /801. Okay, let us say if it is specification is 2, 802. This is the standard one, right? We didn't written anything, and we are not going to disturb. Likewise, you have if it is 4, 804. So here what we have worked on only specification 1, which is related to /801. Okay, so these are the split eliminators, first and second things. If there are any splits, it will eliminate and it will do whatever the rate amount is there in the particular basic waste step. Obviously, it will reset, means it will revert. If some changes was done before this, it will revert. So it is just resetting the things. Okay, so the logic will become from here. So in this, let us say basic salary came here, like 0, 100. It consists of what we discussed. It consists of an amount of 51,000 something. 51,000. Let us say we have next the second PCR. We have a basic waste with 51,000. Okay, and here what we got, there is a slash 801 with this number, right? So in the for the particular basic pay, we maintain specification as 1, so that the amount, the rate should be reduced with this factor. So how it is going to reduce? So if you see here, yeah, even reset star will do the same thing again. After getting this also, it is resetting again the things. Then you have a multi-function. Multi is multiplication of the rate. So R stands for rate, and the amount should be, a output should be as amount. So we have three things: rate, number, and amount. Here we are telling rate multiplied by amount, and I should get a amount. Right? That is what the multi-function will do. Let us say we will do the same thing. So this is the rate, and this is the amount within the same wage type, because we call the rate from slash 801. So if you do the same thing, so this will be the operation we are using. So this will be the rate, and this will be the amount. So within the same period, that 0100 wage type will store 51,000 in the amount field and this in the rate field. So what we are going to do here is we are going to multiply this into 51,000. So you got a big amount over here, right? Then what you are going to do? Then again you are dividing with that 1 lakh. If you here, if you see, we in the rate factor calculation we multiplied with a 1 lakh. So when you are after calculation of amount, again you are dividing with 1 lakh. So this will be a 1 lakh, this one. So this amount, whatever we got a big amount, we are going to divide with 1 lakh. So this should be your output amount. Then you are making, because after calculation of these things, you don't require this rate because you got the actual amount what you want. So there is a 0R. Then we are passing to ADDWT star. If it is a basic salary, it will go to basic salary. So after this base year, your basic salary should be reduced to some 49,300. If we are not wrong in the calculation. So what we have to do after this, you go to your basic salary wage type. So here we are checking valuation class. It is maintained as 1 specification. Then we are working on the same rule what we discussed. Then the output should be the thing what we check. 49,300. Simply speaking, this is factoring. Here they will calculate a rate factor, how many days employee was present, and what is his salary, and how much he should get. But it's a bit different logic. Here they are calculating a factor first, and basing on because there are thousands of wage types which should be evaluated. It's not for each and every wage type when you are coming to payroll. So then they, basing on the processing class, they are going to take care. Let us say if some wage type is there that should be paid or that should be reduced, even if it is a paid absence, then what you will do? So we have some other, you have to modify this rule and then you will change the processing class and all these stuff. There are many things again in the payroll factory. Okay, that is why they have built up a logic like this. Within one PCR, they are going to calculate a factor. Basing on the processing class 10 and its specification, they are taking this /801 wage tax. So, basing on the client requirement, again we are going to modify, these things. So, here I explained a straightforward scenario based on calendar days. Okay, so give me 1 minute of break. I will come back. Meanwhile, I will attend your questions. Yes. Any questions on this? So we'll do one thing. We'll explain something more again, like within I can explain something about the international one, or see in international schema. If you see, you have a factoring PCR XAL0 or XAL9, which was modified, not modified by me, but by standard. So if you see, there is a 16 by default number is there. I don't know why it is, but there is a number. So by default there is some 16/8012, 816, the waste steps will generate, and there is a factoring PCR with almost the same logic. But if you open this, then you will feel that no, what I said is wrong, but it's the same. Apart from, if I am going to the factoring PCR international, we have several checks before going to the direct logic. While going to /801, there is an operation used, PPPAR. Okay, so it will check his splits. If let us say R, it will check employee was inactive in that particular period at any point of time. Let us say we will take example of weekly or monthly. In that particular period, employee was inactive or not. If he is not inactive, if he is inactive for the complete period, it will stop. If not, it will go to the next. It is jumping to the next PCR. there is a GYC operation, it will go to the specified PCR over here, right? So I am telling to understand what standard PCRs are there. What we are going to write is again a separate one. We are going to use many of these things, right? So there is a function. If you want to, if you are really not able to understand, you can go for the documentation, and again it will explain the things what exactly the things will do. Okay, there will be a syntax and all this stuff. So if it is E, what? If it is OR, because there is a OR, you can search for OR. Right? So for inactive relation during the entire period, it will take. If it is employee was inactive for entire period, there is no need to do the factoring and all this stuff. The salary should be 0. So there is a different logic again if you go here. So that is why if this inactive for the complete year /801 will be 0. So if you are multiplying the /801 rate with your wastage, say basic salary, the amount will become 0. That is the logic. Okay, so this is different kind of approach apart from what I said or what is there for many countries, which was newly created after the standard things. So this is the old one actually. Don't think this is the new one because this is a big. There is no big difference here. So then it will go to XPP0. There is another PCR. If you double click on this, then it will check. Then what it will check, is there any unpaid absences or not? Okay, so then it will go, unpaid absences are there, then it will go here. If it is not there, then it will check, is there any basic pay split. Let us say from 1st to 10th, the salary was 10,000 and in between the month the salary was increased for 15,000. So then also there is a proration, that is the factoring, that is what exactly the partial period factoring. Okay, so likewise you have a logic over here, right? So if employee was entered in the particular month, yes or no. So finally what it will go, simply speaking, you can go through all this stuff, separated in this month, entry and again separated. If you remember the time relevant logics, we checked many of the things, the same thing using the single operation. So this is all mess, not really required to check all this stuff. The very first one which was we are working for all the latest countries which are coming to SAP, they are using the same logic. This is the old one which was given by SAP. So finally it will go, let us say finally it will go to XPP1. Right? So if you open this somewhere, we start. So go to some other PCR. Then it is checking different periods. Then also it will go to XPP1. So finally checking all these logics, then the same logic will read. But only difference what you will see here is, instead of K, if you see KSOLL, here is yes SOLL, yes AU star star, then S DAVA. Right? Quickly coming to this, what is S and what is K? S is hours. If you want to reduce the salary based on the number of hours, you can use this. If your client is following based on number of days, you can follow K. You have absence days and present days. I am going to documentation. So as I said, operands, we are using T in the second variant. So I am going to T again. So here you can see all the three what are available for everything. See KSOLL in the initial one. If I show you in the Indian payroll, because many of the Indian companies will follow calendar days. How many days he present? If he absent for 1 day, we will reduce 1 day salary. If he absent for half day salary. That is half day concept is a separate one again. It's a it's a configuration part again. Okay, if they are taking only how many actual planned working days apart from his weekends. If the client want to calculate a mathematical things for reducing the salary, you have these options. Apart from in the factoring, there is no big difference to any country, right? So from the next session, we are going to modify with real-time business examples what we have done to pop up the real-time requirements. Few of the things. Right. So I think if you understand this better, what really SAP has given over here, maybe it will be very useful in the next sessions what I am going to explain. If not, it will be a bit still confusing for you. So that's all for the day. You can, if you have any questions, please let me know. No questions? Rakesh, Poonam, Sagar, Siddharth, nobody. So it's clear. I think still you are in a bit confusing state maybe.
No, it's clear and I need to study.
Yeah, we have to work again. We have to study actually. So put some absences, run the payroll, check the log, change the processing class. So likewise you can check as of now without modifying any PCRs. So what exactly it was reading. So while you are checking the log, it will give a very good idea. Instead of reading the PCR, you do changes, run the payroll. It's my suggestion, and you see the log where the PCR what I said factoring and whatever the PCR I said. So go to this. So you check what the PCR was reading, what output you are getting. Maybe it will give you a good idea. So from tomorrow we are going to edit the standard ones. If you see in the real-time projects, whatever the standard factoring PCR, almost you can see a Z1. The standard they don't disturb, but they will enhance to pop up some other requirements. So we are going to take few of the examples in the next coming sessions. Okay then. Srinivas, clear?
Yeah, Krishna.
Yeah. Shweta, no questions today?
No, Krishna, I need to practice.
Okay. Okay then.